Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you, Acxra. Thank you for that wonderful intro. Is it still playing in the background?
No. I paused it.
Okay, good. A few disclaimers before I begin. I want to make something clear. While at the time of this recording, while me and Acxra and my good friend Noir, while we do make fun of authors in good fun, we don't condone people harassing said authors. I also want to make serious that we are not trying to make fun of victims of rape, child molestation, all that stuff. We may make jokes about it, but we honestly understand that stuff like this is terrible, and I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea that, oh, well, Posty is condoning this and she thinks it's funny and all this, and no, I don't. I understand the horrific effects of something like that, and unfortunately, the unenjoyable aspect of reading my ex's fanfics is that it deals with these issues, but it falls flat on its face, and it's just, it leaves you going, why is this a thing in the story? And the thing that she did tell me was apparently this was a coping mechanism, but I don't think that that kind of coping mechanism is appropriate if you're going to have teenagers read this. Because obviously it's a rated T. But, yeah, so we're going to start off here. We're going to read Diaglossal. Obviously this is going to be a series. There are 4 of these stories, and the chapters just keep getting longer and longer.
Regrettably.
The longer that I read it. But another thing that I want to address is, as of this recording, me and my ex are on speaking terms. But her and I have not talked enough, and I don't think that she's aware that these Let's Reads exist. So Kara, if you happen to come across my Let's Reads, I am so sorry. It's not an accurate reflection of what I think of you. It's just, we're comedians. This is what we do. And our job is to obviously critique and shake our heads and laugh and make jokes and all of that. So, this is the Lost Soul series. This is basically the game of, as Red Jackal has so lovingly put it, the game of capture the flag, essentially. And we know how well that goes, right? Don't we?
Yep.
Tyne's point of view. It's a Friday morning, and it's 4 a.m., and I'm wide awake. I rolled over and looked at the wall, sighing. Well, I may as well get up, I said to myself, getting out of bed. I walked past the lounge and looked around. Hey, Fletch, I said, walking past. Hey, Tyne, he said. I walked into the bathroom and did my teeth and brushed my hair. Wait a minute, what the hell is Fletch doing in my house? He committed a B&E. That's how he got in. Breaking and entering. I thought to myself, grabbing my dressing gown off the door and pulling it on. What the hell are you doing in my house? I said to him, doing it up. Hey, I just came in, he said, looking up off his phone to me. How? I asked. Through the door? He said, pointing to it. What do you want? I asked. Just checking for you to get ready, he said, getting up and walking over to me. Why? I asked, confused. Because we have work today, he said, kissing my cheek and walking off to the kitchen. I did not miss the ands in this story at all. I did not miss the ands.
And?
God damn it. I can't. Why do I subject myself to this torture?
It's like the seagulls from Finding Nemo. But instead of mine, it's just and everywhere.
Let's see. Did you get kicked out of home again? I asked, crossing my arms. Who cares? She'll take me back when she wants to, he said, and I shook my head, walking off. Wait, she? I thought you were with a he. As my friend James would say, oh honey, you're about as straight as a ram's horn. I said, looking at him. Nah, he went away, so I went to a friend's house, he said, pulling stuff out of the fridge. So, yeah, with a she? I said. Yeah, jealous, he said, smirking. What? No, I said, shaking my head. Bullshit, you jealous, he said, and started cooking some breakfast. I rolled my eyes and went into the bathroom and got ready. I got out of my pajamas and pulled on my jeans. I walked over to the bench and grabbed my top and turned around and looked in the mirror and saw Flesh standing at the door staring at me. Has anybody told you how cute you are? He asked, eyeing me up and down. What the hell are you doing? I asked, tugging my top over my head. Nothing, he said. I can tell that, I said, and turned around and he was right behind me. I stared at him for a minute before and closed the space, kissing me on the lips. Oh, the grammar. Oh, no, it starts. Oh, I really wished I hadn't wasted that coughing fit.
I'm having so much fun not reading this right now.
I guessed at what he was doing and he smirked. And then the home phone rang and he pulled off. I walked out of the bathroom stunned. I got to the kitchen and answered it. Hello? Tyne speaking. I said, hey Tyne, it's Zach. No work today. Job's been canceled. Canceled. He said, and okay. Yes, finally a day off, Fletch said, and I turned around and he was staring at me. Was that Fletch? Zach asked. Yeah, he came in this morning after his friend kicked him out for a while, I said. And Zach laughed. Tell Fletch to get a house and stop annoying you, he said, and I laughed. Okay, see you, Tyne, he said. Yeah, see ya, I said, and hung up. Oh, there's so many things wrong with her sentence structure. There's so many things wrong with this. Zach says get a house and stop annoying me, I said, and Fletch rolled his eyes. I'm really gonna do that, he said, laying down on my couch and turning the TV on. Shouldn't you be doing stuff, I asked him. Nah, I don't have anything to do, he said, and I rolled my eyes. I walked off and headed down to the basement to clean up and down there. I think that's what it is. I turned on the light and started rummaging around with some boxes. I pulled out a box and opened it up and pulled out some books. Don't think I need these, I murmured. I headed out with the box to my car, and while I was out there, Fletch turned the TV off and went down to the basement. I came back in and looked at the couch. Must have gone home or something now, I thought to myself, and went back down. I went over to a box and started going through it. Fletch came out of the shadows smirking and crept up behind me and pulled me against him. Arrgh! I shrieked and spun around. Fletcher! I said crossly, and he laughed. What? He asked, smirking, and I crossed my arms. Stop freaking out, he said, hugging me. I sighed and he looked around. What the hell are you doing anyway? He asked. Sorting, I said, and he nodded. Ooh, we in the South now, fella.
Welcome to the jungle.
We got fun and games. Anything that's not stories, Kara's fan fiction is really pretty lame.
We got suffering.
And we've got lots of pain. Let's see. And he nodded. He went and sat in a box and watched me. Well, what are you gonna do? I asked him. Well, first, you need to finish what you do, and then I'll do it, he said, and I looked at him. I'm gonna be at least 2 hours, I said, and he thought for a minute. Then I'll do it now, and you can do this later, he said, pulling me over to him. What are you doing? I asked, and he smirked before putting his lips to mine. That's not consensual. That is not consensual at all. That is, you realize what year this is? Granted, this fanfic was done in 2014, but it's 2018. All this shit could be sexual harassment. I was shocked, but it soon disappeared and I kissed him back. After a few minutes, he pulled off and pulled me upstairs. Where are we going? I asked. He smiled. You'll see, he said, and I sighed. We walked up to the lounge and he pushed me onto the couch. Tonight, I'm heading out to the movies, but Fiona doesn't want to go, he said. Fiona is your friend? Is it Fiona from Shrek?
It's really Donkey. In a dress.
Please don't give future me any ideas. Please, if you already suggested Johnny Levito in a fairy dress.
Put everything in a dress.
You got it, one Thomas the Tank Engine in a dress coming up.
Oh. Maybe that's a little too far.
Oh, God. I asked, and he nodded. So what's this got to do with me, I asked. I want you to go with me, he said. Okay, I'll go, I said. And he smiled and he pulled me over to him. You know, you don't have to if you don't want to. Nah, I'll go with you, I said, and he said, pushing me over and snuggling up. You know, I still have work to do, I said. Not until I'm done with you. Done you not. Nothing in that sentence made sense, but okay, we'll roll with it, he said, and I giggled. Your turn.
Before we knew it, it was lunch and we both fallen asleep on the couch. Oh. Can you like edit in like detective music while I'm reading this?
Future me, please do that. Better yet, it's gonna be all-star distorted.
No.
With like flames and the footage slowly like zooms in.
I stirred in my sleep and then I woke up when I felt something on me. I opened my eyes to see Fletch kneeling over the top of me, staring at me. I'm hungry, he murmured before kissing my neck. Fletch, I sighed and he smirked. Okay, I'll get you some lunch, I said. And he smiled and I got up and went to the kitchen.
I just picture your head slowly spinning around, repeating, like you sound like a record stuck at something that's like, and your head pops off and you fly through the roof.
All these big words make my brain sad.
Oh God, our Lord and Savior, Johnny Levito in a dress, please save us.
You know what? Kara's writing is like listening to Big the Cat. Come here, Froggy! Froggy! It's time to continue.
Yes, it is.
Before I fucking die. Fletch sat up on the couch and looked into the kitchen. I pulled some things out of the fridge and put them on the bench, and looked at Fletch, who was gazing at me. I made up some sandwiches while occasionally glancing up at him, and the whole time he was watching every move I made. I then took the plates around and gave it to him. Here, I said, handing to him. Eat it, I dare you.
Eat that. Eat that watermelon. Eat that watermelon.
It's a watermelon inside of a
watermelon. It's the greatest thing of my life.
I said, handing it to him. He took it, and then he pulled me down next to him. I looked at him as he laid his lunch, and then I ate mine. He then finished and took the plate into his arms around me. I smiled and hugged him back. I then turned the TV on and watched a program for... It was in the middle of the show when something kissed me on the neck. I looked at Fletch, who climbed on top of me and kissed my netch. Kiss my netch.
Replace the word neck with natch for now on.
and kiss my neck again.
It sounds funnier, don't it?
I'm gonna say neck as netch and fletch as fleck.
Fleck. He's Fleck now.
Fleck, I said, looking at him. Are you feeling okay? Of course, he said, biting me. I moaned and he smiled. Like it, don't you? He said, smirking. No. This is maybe.
Oh my god, dude, story time. So my school was doing a sexual harassment awareness thing, and to each one of the girls, they gave out a. So my friend Chandler, because again, I love Chandler, but he's a fucking smartass. Anytime one of the guys approached him, he's like, "Oh," and he'd blow it.
Maybe, I said, and he kissed me harshly. I kissed him back, and he slid his hands up my shirt. He then stopped when his phone rang. He groaned and answered it. What? He said crossly, and I giggled. Hi, Fletch. It's Donkey. It's Fiona.
Donkey.
You want to come back now? She asked. Maybe I don't want to come back, he said, smirking. Where are you? She asked. I'm just with a friend, he said, and then rolled his eyes. Well, I want you to come back. I miss you, Daddy Dick, she said.
I miss you, Daddy.
Whatevs.
I shouldn't do that. It's late at night.
Whatevs. I'll see what I want to do after we get back from the movies. I was about to say get back in the base. I was about to skip a line.
You know how that conversation should have went? Like,
What?
Fiona calls him up like, "Hey, Fletch, you gonna come home?" No, I'm busy. What are you doing? Most definitely not breaking China in the basement, that's for sure. Oh, I mean, no, her and I are playing tug of war right now. I'm gonna have to call you back.
Yeah, I did. But Fletch, she was saying when she sighed. Bye, Fiona, he said and hung up on her. Fletch turned around and I was gone. Tyne? Came Fletch's voice. In the basement, I called back. He came running down the stairs and looked at me. I never said I was finished, he said, and I shook my head. Yeah, well, I've got jobs to do, I said. He sighed. Jobs are boring. Besides, it's their day off. You're supposed to do something fun, he said, leaning against the wall. Look, why don't you go watch a movie and I'll sort out 2 more boxes, I said, and he groaned. Fine, he said, and heading upstairs. You don't take forever on purpose. Wait, but don't take forever on purpose. Jesus Christ. He added, pointing at me. Yeah, I said and walked off.
Alright. After a bit, I finished 2 boxes and headed downstairs, turning off the light. I walked past the lounge and Fletch was asleep. I smiled, shaking my head, and went into my room. I lay down on my bed sighing. I was so sore from moving things down in the basement and with work. I lay there on my stomach, doing stuff on my laptop, when I felt something on the bed. I glanced back and Fletch sat next to me. Are you okay? What is this, Men in Black?
Okay.
It's Kay.
This is the last suit you'll ever wear.
Oh. How did you not spell check and grammar check any of this shit? Oh. There's a good reason why. If I make a mistake, let's say if we're role-playing and I make a fucking mistake, you guys call me out on that, but we make it fucking hilarious in a sense to where the spelling mistake turns into an event that happens. Are you okay? He asked. Just sore, I said, and he smiled. Come here. Come here, he said, and I moved over to him and he rubbed my back. Hey, that actually feels good, I said, and he rolled his eyes. I'm not gonna hurt you on purpose, he said, and I giggled. Hold that thought. After a few minutes, he stopped and he looked at me. Feel better? He asked, and I nodded. Good, he said, and snuggled up to me. Do you like Fiona? I asked. Yeah, why? He asked. Just, I thought that if you liked her, you'd want to go back, I said, and he shook his head. Nah, I'd take you over anyone, he said, and I looked at him. Really? I said, looking at him confused, and he nodded, smiling. Why is Fletch being so touchy-feely? I smiled and pulled my laptop over and pulled up some documents. What's that? He asked. More demolition rules, I said, and he smiled. You and your demolitions. I half-heartedly hit him and he laughed. What? He said, and I shook my head. It's my job, I said. Really? I never would have thought it. I never would have guessed. He said, smiling, and I rolled my eyes. He smiled, like, he already smiled, though. Anyway, he smiled laying down on the bed, and he watched me reading through the rules. After a while, I put the laptop off and looked at Fletch. What time is the movie? I asked, and he thought. 6 p.m., he said, and I nodded, and then went over to a wardrobe and and opened the doors, going through some clothes. What you looking for? He asked. What to wear tonight? I said, and he smiled, he smiled, changing to lying on his stomach, watching me. I pulled out 4 dresses and shook my head, tossing them onto the bed. She is such a girl. It is hilarious. I can only picture actual females doing this. After a minute, I'd gone through half my wardrobe when I heard something. Hey! I turned around and Fletch was looking at me, unimpressed with my dresses on top of him. What exactly are you doing apart from emptying your wardrobe on me? He asked, pushing it off. Finding what to wear, I said. You can wear any of these dresses, he said, pointing to all the dresses. No, they're not right, I said, and Fletch rolled his eyes, getting up. He walked over to the wardrobe and pulled out a dress. Wear that, he said, and I looked at it. I don't know, he said, and he looked at me. Wear it, he said, and put everything away and slammed the door. No wonder girls have to spend the whole day to get ready for an outing that goes for an hour or so, he murmured, laying on the bed. Well, men always expect us to look good, so we have to spend forever getting ready, I said. But you shouldn't need that long to get ready, he said. I shook my head and went down to the bathroom. He went and sat on the couch watching TV. Oh god, the grammar just makes my brain hurt. It makes me not want to, keep up with what's going on in the story. I came out of the bathroom and went into the kitchen and started cleaning up. I finished washing up when the phone rang, and I went over and answered it. Hello? I said. Hey, Ty, that you, baby? They said. Myra? I said. You could have said I asked. Just throwing it out there. I said, and she laughed. Yeah, haven't talked in a while, eh? She said. Yeah, what's up? I said, putting some things away. I need a favor. You able to come to Tunington on Monday? She asked. Probably. I just need to get the time off from my boss. I said. Great. See you then, she said, and I smiled. Yeah, bye, I said, and we hung up. Friend? Fletch asked from the lounge. Yeah, I said, and he nodded. I finished up in the kitchen and went over to the lounge, falling back on the couch, only to have Fletch grab me and pull me into his lap. I looked at him and he smirked. I need a hug, he said, and I rolled my eyes and hugged him. Fletch sighed and hugged me back. I then went to get up, and Fletch held me back. In that mood until I let you, he murmured, smirking. I shook my head and stayed there watching TV.
Yeah, I don't believe in destiny. I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to my enemies, they're just full of jealousy. Yeah, this legacy. You gon' see what's left of me. You gon' see success in me. You ain't seen the rest of me. I just wanna be the best at what I know. Better than the rest, just watch me grow. Put me to the test and watch me go. This is my quest, I'ma make it known. They call me obsessive, oh I know. Call me selective with my notes. Call me aggressive with my flow. Call me offensive even though Joe, I ain't gonna lie, life's tough. Try to get by, life's rough. Try to do it right, it's not enough. Even though you try, you still mess up. But I'm still gonna fight for what I love. Still gonna die for what I love. Still gonna try, I won't give up. Still gonna fight until I